The Brigitte Macron scandal continues, ladies and gentlemen. Coleman Hughes, fantastic analyst for the Free Press, is back with another one. I'm Tal the Traveling Clat, your favorite white colonizing Zionist coming from Israel. Let's take a look at this clip, ladies and gentlemen.
Had reached peak conspiracy, but thanks to Candace Owens, we've now reached new heights.
I would stake my entire professional career on the fact that Brigitte Macron, the current First Lady of France, was born a man.
This proposition was originally the
this
brainchild
bitch is
of
crazy.
Natasha Ray, a French citizen who first put forth the idea on the YouTube channel of a woman named Amandine Roy, who was a self-described medium. Always a good sign. From there, it passed to the independent French journalist Xavier Poussard, who wrote a self-published book-length investigation called Becoming Brigitte, and finally on to Candace Owens, who's provided this brainworm with its biggest platform yet. Her 8-part video series has amassed millions of views on YouTube in the past few months.
Welcome back to our Becoming Brigitte series.
The story that Candace spins in Becoming Brigitte has all the hallmarks of art house cinema. Once upon a time in post-World War II France, there was a man who yearned to be a woman.
His name was Jean-Michel Trogneau.
He socially transitioned, even appeared on a French TV show advocating for trans rights. But French society did not allow legal gender transition at the time. Then one day, his younger sister Brigitte became ill, and as her dying gift, she gave her identity to him. So he began living as Brigitte sometime in his 30s, and through a series of serendipitous events, wound up becoming the First Lady of France. And because this is a French story, it has to involve incest somehow, so sure enough, Candace ends the series by insinuating,
is Brigitte Macron the First Lady of France, Emmanuel Macron's biological father?
Now, to be clear, this story is exactly as insane as it sounds, and there's no evidence to support it. The closest that Candace comes to presenting evidence is her analysis of a family photo in which a young Jean-Michel, pictured on the far left, bears a strong resemblance to the current First Lady of France. Of course, several other members of the family bear a strong resemblance too, including her older sister, pictured on the top right, and of course Brigitte herself, pictured on her mother's lap. Nevertheless, Candace believes that the resemblance between young Jean-Michel and modern-day Brigitte is so strong that no other explanation is possible.
Jean-Michel Trogneau took little Brigitte's name and is pretending to be Brigitte when obviously, no, it's just a dude.
To add an air of scientific precision to this theory, Candace uses a piece of facial recognition software called Face++,
which the World Economic Forum has rated the #1 facial detection software. It's the same program that is used by China.
She claims that according to this software, which she touts as extremely accurate, photos of a young Jean-Michel Trogneau are a strong match for recent photos of Brigitte Macron, but photos of a young Brigitte are not a match.
The text says, no, nope, not happening, sorry, ain't her.
So I decided to test the reliability of Face++ by getting an account and playing with it for a bit. It was not long before it made a huge error. According to Face++, these two photos are not the same person, except that they're both photos of me. So either Face++ is not very reliable, or my dad has some explaining to do. Is the software accurate enough to identify people correctly much of the time? Sure. Is it accurate enough to prove a case of swapped identity in elderly siblings using grainy childhood photos? Not even close.
There's no question upon seeing this technology, in my mind, that Jean-Michel Trogneau is Brigitte Macron.
Besides the fact that her entire theory is based on this unreliable software, Candace's story also has some glaring plot holes. For one thing, Jean-Michel Trogneau, Brigitte's brother, is still alive. And we know he's alive because he was present at both of Emmanuel Macron's inaugurations in 2017 and 2022.
We are told that this little chubby guy is the extraordinarily private Jean-Michel, all grown up. Now, I can tell you right off the bat, in case you're wondering, the World Economic Forum Chinese software program says, no, that is not the Jean-Michel that we are looking for, of a little boy in the photo. I can show you this match right here. The confidence is 54%.
The Macrons have filed a defamation lawsuit against Owens in Delaware, accusing her of promulgating outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched fictions. There's a special irony in the fact that Candace Owens, of all people, is the one to orchestrate what is essentially an exercise in the mass online bullying of an elderly woman. because before she became a political firebrand, she was an anti-cyberbullying activist. Her short-lived website, socialautopsy.com, which would have allowed people to dox online bullies, was so ill-conceived that it actually united critics on the far left and the far right. In more recent years, she's taken up such topics as blood libel, the secret Jewish ancestry of Kamala Harris and Joseph Stalin, and the alleged murder of JFK by AIPAC. You may notice there's a pattern in her obsessions.
She's retarded.
As with all diehard conspiracy theorists, I'm sure Candace will come up with clever workarounds for the plot holes in her story. Meanwhile, the rest of us should answer some equally hard questions. What does it say about our information ecosystem that such an insane conspiracy theory can rack up millions of views? And how do we restore sanity and common sense to the public sphere?
Honestly, brother, we can't. And you're doing such a good job. You're really like, I look up to you, Coleman. You really, guys, I'm just looking right now. Coleman only has 200,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. You guys have done an incredible job recently and like showing love to creators on here. Like one of my biggest honors here is being able to give back, especially for creators that were reacting to their content. Like he just did a video with Josh Hammer, incredible guy as well. Go subscribe right now to Coleman Hughes. Leave him a comment on a video, one of his newest videos, whenever this video comes out. Say the Traveling Clat Army sent you. Tell him the Clats are here and we love you. Go spam. Show him some love. Go love on the boy because he's really doing incredible work. You know, Coleman, you're one of the only good ones out there because you're not a propagandist. You're actually looking at objective facts and you're saying, you know what, Candace, here, let me be his interpreter. You guys ever saw the Key and Peele sketch where there's like the interpreter for Obama? I'm going to be Coleman's interpreter. What he's trying to say in this 5 minutes is that Candace Owens is retarded. I'm sorry. She's batshit fucking crazy, people. She's insane. You know what I really like? I digested that pill and I said, oh yeah, she really is, something's wrong with her. When Ami Kozak, if you guys have ever seen the clip of her and Ami Kozak, incredible Jewish comedian, it's like a 2-minute clip where she's like, well, I walked through the old city and, you know, there was the Muslim quarter and the Christian quarter and there was the Jewish quarter and the Armenian quarter and the Muslims could only stay in the Muslim quarter. And Ami's like, huh? What? What are you talking about? She's like, yeah, the rabbi who was walking around with me, he told me only the Muslims are allowed to be in the Muslim quarter and they're not allowed to leave the Muslim quarter. Ami's like, huh? What, bitch? Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? What? What's wrong with you? And it's just the most ridiculous clip because you know she didn't. You know she clearly didn't see that. Like, you cannot walk through the old city of Jerusalem and not see a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew in every single quarter. Like, it's not possible. It'll be very hard for you to walk around the old city and not see all of the people mixing in all of the quarters. Because it's just, there's no segregation. Yeah, some people choose to live in the Muslim quarter. Actually, Muslims live in every single one of the quarters. Christians predominantly have a small population now in the Christian quarter. Jews live in both the Muslim and the Jewish quarter, not so much in the Christian quarter. And Armenians live pretty much in the Armenian quarter. But they're not forced to. And when I saw that clip, I was like, yes, this woman she's deficient. Probably in vitamin C, D, and E. She's missing some vitamins. Look, my mom just started forcing me to take vitamins because I'm getting older now. But I appreciate I started doing it at 29. I don't think Candace has been taking her vitamins. She didn't have the Flintstone gummies. You guys know what I'm talking about. I grew up on that shit. That's a good base. Flintstones gummies. She didn't do it. She didn't start with the Flintstones gummies. It's a problem. It's a massive issue. So Coleman's summary here, his analysis is absolutely correct. What does it say about our society? Our society is becoming a little morally retarded as well. We're seeing more and more retardation popping up. It's very much retardation. We're seeing a lot of it popping up now. And it's becoming infiltrated the mainstream. The likes of Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Jackson Hinkle, the Finkel Stinkle, Norman Finkelbinkelstein, Norman Funkelstein. Fuck that Stein. Fuck that Steen. All of these people are becoming mainstream, and it's becoming good to listen to them because they're countering. I'll tell you what the main issue is. The ones of us who have the brain cells and like we understand what's going on, that we're looking at them and we're saying, this is so ridiculous. Why is it working? We're not doing anything to create the counterculture. These people need to be made fun of. And we're just not doing enough of it. We're taking them too seriously. Look at how I come on here every day. I come and I do counter some of the points, but most of the time I'm just calling them retards. And you guys love it. And we get we're bringing in tens of millions of views on this YouTube channel. I'm not doing anything that special. I'm coming on here for the most part. I'm giving you some analysis, but most of the time I'm either trying to make you laugh or I'm trying to call them a retard. I'm just putting it out there because I'm shooting straight from the hip. I'm telling you how it is. We've got too many people coming on TV and taking this shit seriously and saying, well, here's why Candace Owens is an anti-Semite and it's calculated. And it's no, my friend Habibi, Ismaoni, please. She is retarded. She didn't eat her Flintstones gummies. She's missing vitamins, crucial vitamins and minerals. She didn't have them. She's missing vitamins and minerals. And hence, this is why she is the way she is. We could help her with some vitamins, but I think it may be too late. Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. I love you guys all very much. Goodbye. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.